My name is Thea Holloway. I'm 34 years old. Last Tuesday, my daughter's first grade teacher asked me to come in for a meeting. Not about grades, not about behavior. She wanted to show me a drawing. It was a family portrait, the kind every kid does with crayons and big wobbly smiles. 5 people stood inside a house. 2 older, 2 younger, 1 little girl. All of them grinning, all of them together. Outside the house, standing in the rain, was one more figure, a small girl with brown hair and no umbrella. My daughter, my 6-year-old Lily. The teacher told me gently that when a child draws herself outside the family unit, it's a red flag for emotional exclusion. I stared at that drawing for a long time because I knew exactly whose house it was. I recognized the blue roof, the bay window, the welcome mat, my parents' house, and I knew exactly which 5 people were inside. My family smiling without us. If you're watching this, please subscribe and let me know where you are watching from. Now, let me take you back to last Tuesday morning, the day a crayon drawing tore my family apart and put it back together. I'm sitting in a tiny plastic chair in Mrs. Brennan's classroom. My knees are practically at my chin. Around me, construction paper butterflies hang from the ceiling, and the alphabet marches across the wall in cheerful primary colors. Mrs. Brennan sits across from me. She's been teaching first grade for 18 years. I can tell by the way she folds her hands that she's done this before. Delivered news a parent doesn't want to hear. We did a family drawing exercise last week. He says, most children draw their household. Parents, siblings, pets, Lily drew this. She slides the paper across the table. I pick it up. The house is unmistakable. 2 stories, blue roof, a bay window on the right side. 5 stick figures stand inside, each one carefully colored. 2 taller figures with gray hair. A man and a woman about my age. A girl with yellow pigtails. They're all smiling. Big red crayon smiles. Outside the front door, on green grass turned dark with blue streaks of rain, stands one more figure, smaller than the rest. Brown hair, no smile, no umbrella. When a child places herself outside the family unit, Mrs. Brennan says it usually indicates she feels excluded from a primary group. It doesn't always mean something is wrong. But I wanted to ask, has Lily mentioned feeling left out at family gatherings? I don't answer right away, because I'm not looking at a drawing anymore. I'm looking at my parents' house, the blue roof my father painted the summer I turned 12, the bay window where my mother keeps her orchids, and 5 people inside who gather every Sunday for dinner without ever picking up the phone to invite us. I set the drawing down. My hands are steady, but something inside me has cracked wide open. The 5 people in the drawing have names. Gerald and Diane Prescott, my parents Kyle, my younger brother 31, his wife Jenna 30, and their daughter Paige 8 years old. Every Sunday they sit down toddler at my parents' house. I know this because my mother posts about it on Facebook. Sunday family, she writes with a red heart emoji and then tags Kyle Jenna, sometimes even Paige's little Instagram account that Jenna runs. Pot roast, mashed potatoes, apple pie from scratch. I've seen those posts for 3 years. I have never once been in one of those photos. It's not that I'm forbidden from coming. Nobody ever said, Thea, you're not welcome. It's quieter than that. Nobody calls, nobody texts, nobody saves us a seat. I showed up once about a year ago, unannounced. Brought a casserole and Lily in her Sunday dress. My mother opened the door and blinked. Oh, I thought you'd be busy today. Busy, her favorite word for me. As though I'd been busy every single Sunday for 3 years running. We stayed. We ate. Marcus, my husband, asked Gerald about the store. Gerald answered politely, then turned back to Kyle. Lily sat at the end of the table in a folding chair someone pulled from the garage. Paige sat next to my mother. My mother cut her meat for her. On the drive home, Marcus gripped the steering wheel and said what he'd been saying for 5 years. They don't forget Thea, they choose. I told him he was overreacting. But Lily was quiet in the back seat, and when I looked in the rear view mirror, she was staring out the window at nothing. I should have listened to him then. There's a bedroom on the 2nd floor of my parents' house. It used to be mine. Lavender walls, a window that looks out at the oak tree I climbed every summer. It's Paige's room now. My mother redecorated it 3 years ago. Pale pink white furniture. A wooden name plate on the door. hand-painted in gold cursive, Paige's room. Stuffed animals on the bed, a bookshelf stocked with chapter books, framed photos of Paige and my mother on the dresser. At the zoo, at the pumpkin patch, baking cookies at Christmas. It's not a guest room a grandchild sometimes uses. It's a permanent residence for a child who lives 15 minutes away with both her parents. The last time I brought Lily over Easter about 6 months ago, she wandered upstairs. I found her standing in the doorway of Paige's room, reaching up to touch the nameplate. "Can I see Paige's room?" she asked. I let her in. She sat on the bed, ran her fingers along the bookshelf, opened the closet, and found a pink bathrobe with Paige's initials monogrammed on the pocket. Then she turned to me. "Where's my room, Mommy?" I didn't know what to say. Ik knelt down and held her. 2 months later, we were at a family birthday party for Paige. Lily found her way upstairs again. She was sitting on Paige's bed when Paige walked in. "That's my bed," Paige said. Not mean, just factual. Grandma said, "This room is mine." Lily came downstairs holding my hand, and she didn't speak for the rest of the afternoon. On the drive home, buckled in her car seat, she asked me a question I still hear at night. "Mommy, am I not in the family?" To explain that question, I have to go back 10 years. When I was 24, my mother arranged a dinner with a man named Garrett Webb, the son of my father's business partner. He was polished, well-connected, an associate at a commercial real estate firm. My mother picked the restaurant. She picked my dress. I went. I sat through 2 hours of Garrett talking about market projections. I went home and told my mother it wasn't going to work. She didn't yell, she said. "You never give anyone a real chance, Thea." 6 months later, I met Marcus at the flower shop where I worked. He came in to order an arrangement for his mother's birthday. He was a second-year electrician with sawdust on his boots and a laugh that filled the room. We married 2 years later. My mother came to the wedding. She smiled in the photos, but during her toast, she said something I've never forgotten. "I always wanted my daughter to be happy, even when the path she chose wasn't the one I'd drawn for her." The room went quiet. Marcus squeezed my hand under the table. By then, Kyle had already married Jenna. That wedding my mother had planned from seating chart to centerpiece. Because Jenna was the daughter of my mother's best friend of 30 years. Because that marriage was my mother's project, her design, her achievement, her proof that she could shape a family the way she wanted. And I was the one who broke the design. After that, the label stuck. Diane Prescott's difficult daughter, the one who married the electrician, the one who always made things harder than they needed to be. 10 years of that label. And last Tuesday, I watched my 6-year-old daughter draw the cost of it in crayon. I bring the drawing home and lay it on the kitchen table. Marcus is still at work. The house is quiet. Lily is at her desk in the living room coloring something new. I sit with the drawing and I think about silence. I think about what happens if I fold this paper, put it in a drawer, and keep doing what I've been doing for 6 years. Keep smiling at Easter. Keep pretending the Sunday dinners don't exist. Keep telling Marcus it's fine. They're just busy. And I think about Lily. 3 weeks ago, I asked her if she wanted to visit Grandma's house. She used to light up at that question. She used to run to the door before I could find my keys. This time she said, "No, just no." No explanation, no tantrum. She went back to her coloring and didn't look up. My daughter has stopped hopping. At 6 years old, she has made a decision about a place where she is not wanted, and she has accepted it. That's not resilience, that's resignation. Marcus comes home at 5:30. He sees the drawing on the table. He doesn't pick it up. He stands over it and reads it the way you read something you've known for years but never seen written down. "This is what I've been telling you," he says, "for 5 years. He's not angry at me. He's angry at the system, at the careful, quiet architecture of exclusion that my parents have built one uninvited Sunday at a time. It's not your fault," he says, but it stops now. I look at the drawing again at the little figure in the rain, and I notice something Mrs. Brennan didn't mention in her other recent drawings at school. Lily has started drawing herself smaller, shrinking. Dr. Nina Caldwell's office is in a converted Victorian on Maple Street, 3 blocks from the courthouse. Soft gray walls, 2 armchairs facing each other, a box of tissues on every surface. I hand her the drawing. She studies it without speaking. Then she asks questions, precise clinical questions. How often does Lily see her grandparents? Are the visits initiated by them or by me? Does she have her own space at their house? How does she describe the relationship? I answer everything. When I finish, Dr. Caldwell sets the drawing on her desk and leans back. This is consistent with emotional exclusion, she says. It's not abuse in the legal sense, but sustained patterns of differential treatment between grandchildren can produce measurable effects on a child's sense of belonging and self-worth. I ask her what I should do. I'd recommend a facilitated family conversation, she says. I can write a letter to your parents, not accusatory but descriptive, outlining what I've observed, what the teacher flagged, and what the research says about this kind of pattern. She pauses. In my experience, when a family sees a child's perspective presented by a neutral third party, it often breaks through denial in a way that a daughter's words can't. I think about my mother, about the way she can rearrange any conversation until she's the reasonable one, and I'm the one making things complicated. Write the letter, I say. Dr. Caldwell nods. I'll also want to see Lily for a few sessions. Not because anything is broken, because I want to understand how she's processing this before we bring the family in. I nod. I walk out into the afternoon sun and sit in my car for 10 minutes before I start the engine. Then I call my brother. Kyle picks up on the 3rd ring. He sounds distracted. I can hear Paige singing in the background. Hey, what's up? I don't rehearse it. I just tell him. Lily drew a family picture at school. Her teacher called me in. 5 people inside the house smiling. Lily's outside standing in the rain. Silence. She drew Mom and Dad's house. Kyle, 5 people. You, Jenna, Paige, Mom, Dad, all inside. Lily outside. More silence. Then he starts a sentence 3 times. She probably just, kids draw all kinds of. He stops. I can hear him trying to find the explanation that makes this okay. And I can hear him failing. Kyle, when was the last time Mom invited us to Sunday dinner? A pause that lasts too long. I assumed you guys were busy. We've never been busy on Sunday, not once in 6 years. He doesn't argue. I think that's what surprises me most. He doesn't say I'm overreacting. He doesn't say Mom loves everyone equally. He just sits in the silence with me. Can I see the drawing? He asks. I'll text you a photo, okay. His voice is different now, smaller. Thea, I didn't realize. I know. Can I call you back? I need to think. Sure. He hangs up. I send the photo of the drawing, the blue house, the 5 smiling figures, the little girl in the rain. He doesn't call back that night. He doesn't call back the next day either. I check my phone 11 times before I go to bed. Marcus says, give him time. He's looking at something he's never had to see before, but I'm tired of giving everyone time. While Lily stands in the rain. The following Sunday, I decide to stop waiting for an invitation. Marcus buckles Lily into the car seat. She doesn't ask where we're going. She already knows. She stares out the window with an expression no 6-year-old should have braced. We pull into my parents' driveway at 4:30. Kyle's sedan is already there. Through the kitchen window, I can see my mother carrying a salad bowl to the table. I ring the doorbell, my own childhood home, and I ring the doorbell. My mother opens the door. Her smile stiffens for exactly 1 second before she recovers. Thea, I thought you had a floral order today. I don't take orders on Sundays, Mom. I've never taken orders on Sundays. She blinks, then steps aside. Well, come in. Let me set extra places. Extra places? As if we're unexpected guests and not her daughter and granddaughter. The table is already laid. 5 settings, 5 glasses, 5 folded napkins. I watch my mother pull 2 more plates from the cabinet, 2 more forks from the drawer, and I count the seconds it takes her to rearrange everything. She does it with a hostess smile, the way you'd accommodate a neighbor who dropped by unannounced. We sit. Lily ends up at the corner between Marcus and the wall. Paige sits at my mother's right hand, the same place she always sits. My mother cuts Paige's roast into small pieces, blowing on each one to cool it. Lily watches. She picks up her own fork and cuts her own meat. She's 6. She does fine. 20 minutes in, Lily spills her water. The glass tips and a puddle spreads across the tablecloth. "Careful," my mother says, "that's my good linen." 5 minutes later, Paige knocks over the gravy boat. Brown liquid pools under her plate. "Oops." "Don't worry, sweetheart. Grandma will clean that up." Marcus's jaw tightens. Under the table, I put my hand on his knee. My mother launches into the Paige report. It happens every dinner, apparently. Kyle and Jenna have heard it before, but they smile along. Paige started piano lessons last month. My mother announces her teacher says she has natural talent. The recital is in October. We're all going, of course. She looks at Paige with genuine warmth. Then she turns to Lily. "And Lily, what are you up to these days?" The question is polite. The tone is polite, but it's the same tone she'd use with a co-worker's child at a company picnic. Pleasant, surface level, already moving on. "I like drawing," Lily says. "That's nice." And just like that, we're back to Paige. Piano, gymnastics, the funny thing she said at the grocery store. My mother glows when she talks about Paige. She leans toward her. She touches her hair. Kyle is quiet through all of it, quieter than usual. He pushes his potatoes around his plate and doesn't jump in with the stories he apparently usually tells. Jenna fills the gaps, chatting about yoga class schedules. Gerald asks Marcus about a wiring issue in his shop. Marcus answers. Gerald nods and the conversation ends. He turns back to Kyle. After dinner, I help clear the dishes. While rinsing plates at the sink, I glance at the refrigerator. 14 photographs. Every single one includes Paige. Paige at the beach. Paige at her birthday party with a tiara. Paige on my mother's lap at Christmas. Paige blowing out candles. Paige and Grandma at the botanical garden. Not one photograph of Lily. I dry my hands and walk back to the table. On the drive home, I don't say anything until we're 3 blocks away. Marcus says it for me. I counted 14 photos on that fridge, not one of Lily. The next Sunday, I'm loading the dishwasher after lunch when I ask the question out of habit. "Lily, want to visit Grandma's house today? She's at the kitchen table drawing." She doesn't look up. "No, are you sure? Grandpa might like to see you." "No, thank you." There's no anger in her voice, no whining, just a flat, practiced certainty that makes my chest ache. She's already decided. At 6, she's made peace with a door that was never opened for her. Marcus leans against the counter, arms crossed. He watches Lily draw and says nothing to me until she goes to her room. She's 6. Thea, she shouldn't have to explain why she doesn't want to go somewhere she isn't wanted. He's right. I know he's right. I've known he's right for years. I sit down in Lily's chair and look at what she's been drawing. A house, our house, 3 people inside. Thea, Marcus, Lily, big smiles, a dog we don't have but she wants. A son with a smiley face, 3 people, that's her family. No grandparents, no uncle, no Aunt Noppage. She's drawn them out the way they drew her out, not from cruelty, from survival. She's built a world small enough to feel safe in. I stare at that drawing until the lines blur. Then I pick up my phone and call Dr. Caldwell. "I need that letter sent now," I say, "and I'd like to schedule the family meeting as soon as possible." Dr. Caldwell pauses. "Are you sure?" I look at the drawing on my kitchen table. 3 people in a house, the rest of the family erased. "My daughter just drew her world," I say, "and she left everyone out who left her out first. I'll send the letter tomorrow." The letter arrives at my parents' house on a Wednesday. Dr. Caldwell writes it on her practice letterhead. Professional, measured, precise. She describes the drawing. She references Mrs. Brennan's classroom observation. She summarizes her initial assessment of Lily without using clinical labels. She writes one line that I know will land harder than anything else. Patterns of differential treatment between grandchildren when sustained can produce measurable effects on a child's emotional security and sense of belonging. She recommends a facilitated family conversation in her office. Not an accusation, an invitation. My mother calls me 47 minutes after the mail arrives. "You sent a psychologist to our house." Her voice shakes, not with sadness, with fury pressed into a tight, trembling line. "You think we're abusing that child?" "Nobody said abuse, Mom. The letter talks about exclusion." "Exclusion? Listen to yourself. Your father and I have loved that girl since the day she was born. Then why doesn't she have a single photo on your fridge?" Silence. "This is exactly what I mean," she says. and her voice drops into the register I've heard my entire adult life. Cool, certain, exhausted. You always blow everything out of proportion. You always have. I close my eyes, the old label, the difficult daughter. The one who makes things harder than they need to be. I'm asking for a conversation, Mom, that's all. A conversation in a therapist's office with a stranger judging us. No, absolutely not. She hangs up. 20 minutes later, my phone rings again. It's my father. Your mother is very upset, Gerald says slowly. But I read the letter. I read it twice. He pauses. Chew duck. Another pause. I'll talk to her, Thea. I wait and I'm sorry, he says, quiet, almost a whisper. I want to pause here for a second. When I got that call from my mom, that voice, half angry, half hurt, part of me almost backed down. Almost said, forget Thelator. Forget the therapist. Let it go. Because that's what I'd always done. That was the pattern. And patterns are comfortable even when they're killing you. But then I looked at the drawing on my fridge, my daughter standing in the rain. And I thought, if I back down now, she'll learn that being invisible is normal. If you've ever had to choose between keeping the peace and protecting your child, let me know in the comments and please hit subscribe. Now, back to what happened next. Kyla shows up at my front door on a Saturday morning. No call first. Jenna's car isn't in the driveway. He came alone. He stands on my porch with his hands in his jacket pockets, and for a second he looks like the 12-year-old who used to follow me around the backyard. I need to see it, he says. The actual drawing, not the photo. I bring it to the kitchen table. He sits down and holds it with both hands carefully. The way you hold something that might fall apart. He traces the figures. His finger moves left to right. That's Mom and Dad. Moves down. That's me. That's Jenna. Moves to the small figure with yellow pigtails. That's Paige. Then his finger slides to the right edge of the paper, past the front door, past the green grass, to the little girl standing alone in blue crayon rain. And that's Lily. Yes. He sets the drawing down. He puts his elbows on the table and presses his palms against his forehead. For a long time, neither of us says anything. I didn't know it looked like this, Hess says. His voice has a crack in it I've never heard before. It always looked like this, Kyle. You just never had to stand outside. He looks up. His eyes are red. I ate at that table every Sunday. I never once asked where you were, not once in 6 years, I know. Mom said you were busy. I believed it because it was easier. I know that too. He wipes his face with the back of his hand. She told me you were the difficult one, that you pulled away, that you chose to be separate. And you believe it her. I did. He stares at the drawing. I'm sorry, Thea. I should have asked. I should have called. I should have saved you a seat. Kyle tells me later what happened when he showed the drawing to Jenna. Her first response was defense. We didn't ask to be treated differently, Kyle. Your mom is just, she's closer to us. That's not our fault. Kyle sat across from her at their kitchen table and said something he'd apparently never said out loud before. Closer. She planned our wedding, Jenna. She picked your dress. She picked the venue. She organized the rehearsal dinner. She chose the flowers. Jenna went quiet. Paige has a bedroom at their house, he continued. Not a guest room, a bedroom with her name on the door. Lily doesn't have a single photo on their refrigerator. Jenna stared at her hands. That's not fair, she said quietly. That's the point. According to Kyle, Jenna sat with that for a long time. Then she said something that surprised even him. Your mom told me once that Thea was the difficult one, that she always made things complicated. I believed her. I never questioned it. She paused. I thought Thea just didn't want to come around. Kyle told me Jenna started crying. Not dramatic heaving sobs, the slow leaking kind. The kind that comes when you realize you've been comfortable inside a system that was built on someone else's exclusion. I don't blame Jenna. I don't even blame Kyle. They weren't architects of this thing. They were residents. They moved into the house my mother built and never looked out the window to see who was standing in the rain. But looking out the window now, Kyle called me that evening. Jenna and I are in. He said, whatever you need, the mediation, the therapy, will be there. For the first time in 6 years, my brother chose to set a place for me. My father calls me on a Tuesday evening. He's never been a phone person. Gerald Prescott is a man who communicates in nods, in the way he holds a door, in the $20 bill he slides into your hand when he thinks you need it. So when he calls, I know something has shifted. It read the letter again, he says. His voice is slow, measured, the way he talks when he's carrying something heavy. The doctor says Lily drew herself standing in the rain. She did, Dad. Long pause. I can hear the television in the background. My mother watching something in the other room. I didn't know that, he says. I didn't know she felt that way. I hold the phone tighter. You are at the table every Sunday, Dad. I know. Another pause, but I didn't see it. I sat right there and I didn't see it. I close my eyes. Part of me wants to scream. Part of me wants to forgive him on the spot. I do neither. Will you come to the mediation? I ask. Yes, no hesitation. I already told your mother I'm going. And Mom, he sighs, she hasn't read the letter yet. She says it's an insult, that it humiliates her. Another pause, but I'll work on her, Thea. Give me a few days. Okay then, just before he hangs up. I'm proud of you, kid, for doing this. I should have done it years ago. His voice cracks on the last word. I sat at that table and I saw everything. I just didn't call it what it was. He hangs up. I stand in my kitchen and listen to the dial tone hum against my ear until it goes silent. My father apologized. It's 10 years late, but it's real. 3 days later, my mother calls. I know it's going to be bad before I pick up. The caller ID says, Mom, but the woman on the other end sounds like a prosecutor. I want you to know what people are saying, she begins. Her voice is clipped, controlled. I talked to Linda. I talked to Barbara. They both say, you're overreacting. Did you show them the drawing? The drawing is irrelevant, Thea. Children draw nonsense. Last week, Paige drew a horse with 6 legs. Paige didn't draw herself outside her own family. My mother ignores this. She shifts to the familiar terrain. The narrative she's honed for a decade. Ever since you married Marcus, you've changed. You pulled away from this family. You made yourself a stranger. And now you blame us for the distance you created. I grip the phone. The old reflex kicks in. The urge to apologize, to smooth it over, to be the easy daughter for once. I feel it in my chest like a fist. I'm not blaming anyone, Mom. I'm asking you to look at a drawing your granddaughter made. And I'm telling you she drew it because you taught her to see it that way. You put those ideas in her head. I let the silence stretch. Then, Mom, will you come to the mediation? I will not sit in a stranger's office and be told I'm a bad grandmother. I have raised 2 children. I have kept this family together for 40 years. Nobody is saying if you want to destroy this family, Thea, that's your choice. But don't pretend it's about a picture. She hangs up. I set the phone on the counter. My hands are shaking, not with anger, with the old fear that she's right, that I am the difficult one, that I'm ruining everything. Then I look at the fridge, at Lily's drawing, at the little girl in the rain. No, not this time. Gerald does what Gerald does. He works quietly, persistently, the way he used to sand a rough edge on a cabinet until it was smooth. 3 days after my mother hangs up on me, he calls. She'll come to a dinner, he says carefully. Not the therapist's office. Not yet, but she'll sit at the table and listen. That's all I could get. I'll take it. Sunday, our whole family at my parents' house. For the first time in years, my mother has set 7 places. The meal is tense from the first minute. My mother is performing, hostessing with exaggerated warmth, making a show of including Lily. Lily, would you like to sit next to Grandma? It's the first time she's ever offered. Lily looks at me. I nod. She sits. My mother serves her first, cuts her chicken, asks about school. The gestures are technically correct, but brittle, like a pianist playing the right notes at the wrong tempo. Lily answers in single words. Yes, no, fine. She keeps glancing at me throughout dinner, checking. After the plates are cleared and the children retreat to the living room, my mother crosses her arms. So you wanted to talk. I reach into my bag and pull out the drawing. I unfold it and lay it flat on the table between the salt shaker and the butter dish. 5 people inside a house. 1 girl outside in the rain. My mother looks at it. Kyle looks at it. Gerald looks at it. Jenna stares at her lap. This is what your granddaughter drew when her teacher asked her to draw her family, I say. My mother pushes the paper away with 2 fingers. I'm not going to sit here and be judged by a crayon drawing. Thea. The tears come on cue. My mother's chin trembles. Her hand goes to her chest. You think I don't love Lily? You think I don't love both my granddaughters? When was the last time you called Lily on her birthday, Mom? She opens her mouth, closes it. Her eyes dart to Gerald, then to Kyle. Kyle speaks quietly from the end of the table. Mom, Lily's birthday was 3 weeks ago. You didn't call. I had things going on. I can't remember every you didn't forget pages. I say you baked her a cake, 3 tiers, pink frosting. You posted it on Facebook. My mother's face cycles through 3 expressions in 2 seconds. Surprise, calculation, indignation. She lands on indignation. So now I'm a monster because I baked a cake. You're not a monster, Mom, but Lily noticed. She always notices. My mother pivots. She turns to Gerald, her voice climbing. Are you going to say something? Your daughter is attacking us in our own home. Gerald looks at the drawing on the table. He reaches out and touches the little figure standing in the rain. His finger rests there. He says nothing. My mother turns to Kyle, her last ally. The golden child, the one who has always backed her up. Kyle, you see this, right? You see what she's doing. Kyle stares at the tablecloth. His jaw works back and forth. When he looks up, his eyes are wet. Mom, Paige has a room here. Her name is on the door. There isn't a single photo of Lily on your fridge. Not one. My mother's breath catches. I love you, Mom, Kyle says, but I can't unsee it. The kitchen goes so quiet. I can hear the clock on the wall above the stove. My mother turns to Gerald again. She grabs his arm. Gerald, say something. My father looks at her. Then he looks back at the drawing. His finger still rests on the little figure in thurine. He studies it the way he studies a blueprint. Carefully, completely, as though the answer to everything is hidden in the lines. She draws beautifully, he says. Our granddaughter draws beautifully, that's all. He folds his hands and says nothing else. My mother searches his face for support. She doesn't find it. So you're on her side too? There aren't sides, Diane. I'm looking at the drawing. The room holds its breath. Jenna wipes her eyes with a napkin. Kyle hasn't moved. Marcus sits with his hands flat on the table, steady as stone. My mother does what she always does when control slips. She stands up and starts clearing. Plates, glasses, napkins, busy work, armor. Mom, I say, I'm not asking you to admit you're wrong. I'm asking you to see what Lily sees. She stacks plates with too much force. A glass rattles. I see a picture, Thea. I don't see a crime. Marcus speaks for the first time all evening. His voice is low, calm, clear. Nobody said crime. We're saying our daughter feels invisible in this house and she drew it because she doesn't have the words yet. My mother stops moving. She stands at the sink with her back to us, hands gripping the counter. I take a breath. If you won't come to mediation, Mom, then this is the last Sunday dinner I bring Lily to this house. The faucet drips. The clock ticks. In the living room, Paige and Lily are laughing at something on a tablet, unaware that everything is shifting under their feet. My mother doesn't turn around. 2 weeks pass, the longest 2 weeks of my life. Then Gerald calls. She'll come. I don't ask what he said to change her mind. I don't care. She'll come. Dr. Caldwell's office is arranged for the session. 6 chairs in a loose circle. No desk between anyone. Soft light from a floor lamp. A picture of water on a side table. No clock visible, which I suspect is deliberate. Marcus and I arrive first. Kyle and Jenna come next. Kyle shakes Dr. Caldwell's hand and introduces Jenna. His movements are stiff, rehearsed, the way people move in a hospital waiting room. My parents arrive 10 minutes late. Gerald holds the door for my mother. She walks in with her purse clutched against her chest like a shield, scans the room, and sits in the chair farthest from me, arms crossed, jaw set, ready for war. Dr. Caldwell introduces herself, sets ground rules. One person speaks at a time, no interruptions, no accusations. We focus on behaviors and their impact. Everyone will have a chance to respond. I want to start with the drawing, Dr. Caldwell says. She places it on the low table in the center of the circle. The original crayon on white construction paper, slightly wrinkled from being carried in my bag for 2 weeks. 5 smiling figures inside a blue-roofed house. 1 small girl outside in the rain. This was drawn by Lily Hollow during a classroom exercise. Dr. Caldwell says her teacher flagged it as a potential indicator of emotional exclusion. I've had 3 sessions with Lily since then. She pauses. I'd like each of you to look at the drawing and share what you see. Nobody moves. The drawing sits on the table like a grenade with the pin pulled. Kyle reaches for it first. Kyle holds the drawing and speaks first. His voice is flat, controlled. I see 5 people inside happy and 1 child outside alone, standing in the rain. He sets it down. Gerald picks it up. I see my house, my father says. He clears his throat and my granddaughter isn't inside it. He sets it down. Jenna takes it. Shell looks at it for a long time. I see what I didn't want to see. She says quietly and passes it to Marcus. Marcus holds the drawing with both hands. I see 6 years of asking and being told it's fine. I see my daughter learning she doesn't belong. He sets it down in front of me. I don't pick it up. I know every line by heart. I see my daughter. I say she's 6 years old. She drew exactly what she experiences every time we visit this family. Dr. Caldwell turns to my mother, Mrs. Prescott. My mother hasn't touched the drawing. It sits on the table in front of her and she stares at it the way you stare at a document you know will change everything once you acknowledge it. It's a drawing, she says. Children draw all sorts of things. What do you feel when you look at it? Dr. Caldwell asks. Silence, a long silence. My mother's fingers twist the strap of her purse. Her chin lifts, then drops. And then slowly, without sound at first, her eyes fill. The tears don't fall the way they did at the dinner table, performative and strategic. These come from somewhere deeper, somewhere she can't control. I didn't think she noticed, my mother whispers. I didn't think she's so little. I didn't think she could see it. Dr. Caldwell lets the silence hold. Nobody moves to comfort her. Nobody moves at all. Dr. Caldwell nods to me. Thea, would you like to share your experience? I've been preparing for this. I've written notes on index cards, but when I open my mouth, I don't need them. Every Sunday for 3 years, I've seen photos on Facebook. Family dinner, 5 people tagged, smiling. I was never invited. When I showed up on my own, Mom said she thought I was busy. I keep my voice level. I'm not performing grief. I'm reporting facts. Paige has a bedroom in your house with her name on the door. Lily asked me where her room was. I had no answer. Lily's birthday was 3 weeks before the drawing. Mom didn't call. Paige's birthday. Mom baked a 3-tier cake and posted it online. There are 14 photos on your refrigerator. Every one of them is Paige. 0 are Lily. I look at my mother. I'm not angry, Mom. I'm scared. I'm scared that my daughter is going to grow up believing she's not worth as much as her cousin, that she's going to internalize the idea that she's the one who doesn't belong. I take a breath. For 10 years, I told myself I was the difficult one, that wanting to be treated equally was asking too much. That if I just stayed quiet, it would get better. I pause, and then my 6-year-old drew a picture that showed me exactly what staying quiet cost her. Dr. Caldwell turns to my mother. Deanne, do you recognize any of these patterns? My mother looks at the drawing. Her tears have dried, but her face has something I haven't seen before. Not anger, not performance, something rawer. I didn't mean for it to be that way, she says. It's not an apology, but it's the first crack in a wall that's been standing for 10 years. Kyle stands up. He doesn't seem to realize he's done it until he's already on his feet, hands at his sides, looking directly at our mother. I need to say something. Dr. Caldwell nods. Every Sunday I sat at that table. I ate the roast. I laughed at the jokes. I watched Paige sit in your lap, Mom, and I never once asked why Thea wasn't there. His voice breaks on my name. Not once in 6 years. I told myself she was busy, because that's what you said. And I believed it because believing it was easier than asking why me sister wasn't invited to dinner. He picks up the drawing, holds it in front of him. Lily drew 5 people smiling in a house, and she drew herself standing in the rain because that's where we put her, not just you, Mom. Me too. I put her there every Sunday. I didn't pick up the phone. He turns to me. His face is blotchy and red and completely unguarded. I'm sorry, Thea. I should have called. I should have shown up at your door. I should have saved you a seat at that table every single week. Jenna is crying silently in her chair. Gerald stares at his shoes. My mother sits rigid, lips pressed together, her hands shaking in her lap. I'm not blaming you, Mom. Kyle says, I'm saying I was part of it and I'm done. Dr. Caldwell lets the silence breathe. Then she says gently, this is the beginning, not the end. My mother speaks without looking at anyone. I need time. Dr. Caldwell nods. That's fair, Deanne, but I want to say something clearly. Lily Issacs. She's already drawn 2 pictures of herself outside. She doesn't have years to wait. The session ends. Nobody hugs, nobody shouts. We just stand up and walk out into the parking lot, blinking in the daylight. Kyle called me that night. He said, "I keep seeing the drawing, 5 people smiling and her standing in the rain." He couldn't sleep. Neither could I, but for the first time in 10 years, I didn't feel alone. My brother saw it. My father saw it. Even Jenna saw it. And my mother, she didn't apologize, but she cried real tears. The kind she couldn't control. If this story is hitting close to home, if you know what it's like to be the one outside, drop a comment, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and stay for the rest because the hardest part is still coming. That night after Lily is asleep, I sit at the kitchen table and write an email. I address it to my parents. I see Kyle. I keep it short. "Mom and Dad, I'm writing this because I want to be clear about what I'm asking for, and I want it in words we can all refer back to. 3 things. First, Lily and our family are included in every family gathering. Not as an afterthought, not as extra plates pulled from the cabinet, invited in advance every time. Second, Lily needs to feel she belongs in your home. That doesn't require a bedroom. It requires presence. A photo on the fridge, a drawer for her things, her artwork on the wall, the small signals that tell a child she matters here. Third, 4 sessions of family therapy with Dr. Caldwell. Not optional. 4 sessions where we sit in a room and learn how to be a family. That includes everyone. If these conditions aren't met, I will reduce visits. Lily will not come to a house where she draws herself outside. Not because I want to punish anyone, because I refuse to let my daughter grow up believing she deserves the rain. Marcus reads it over my shoulder. Clear, fair, not cruel. I hit send. Gerald replies within 2 hours. 3 sentences, agreed. I'll clear out the study this weekend and make a corner for Lily. Tell me what colors she likes. My mother doesn't reply. I stare at my inbox until midnight. Marcus brings me tea and doesn't say anything. He doesn't need to. We both know this is the part where the silence either breaks or hardens into something permanent. I close my laptop and go to bed. The drawing is still on the fridge. Lily is still in the rain. But for the first time, someone left the porch light on. 5 days, that's how long it takes. On day 2, Gerald texts me a photo of an empty corner in his study. A small bookshelf, a child-sized desk from a yard sale, a set of colored pencils still in the packaging. No nameplate yet, but the space is cleared. On day 3, Kyle calls. Mom hasn't said anything to me. She's walking around the house like normal, making meals, watching her shows, but she's quiet in a way I've never seen. On day 4, Jenna texts, "Thinking of you. We're here." On day 5, my mother calls. Her voice is tired. Not the performative exhaustion she uses like armor. Genuinely tired. The way a person sounds when they've spent 5 days arguing with themselves. I'll come to the therapy sessions. She says, "Thank you, Mom, but I want you to understand something. I don't think I'm wrong. I think things were just different between you and Kyle, between the girls. It wasn't deliberate. I choose my words carefully. Then let the therapist help us figure out what different looks like through a 6-year-old's eyes." Silence. Then I'll put something together in Paige's room. A space for Lily. She doesn't need Paige's room, Mom. She needs her own space, even if it's just a corner. Fine, I'll figure something out. She hangs up without saying goodbye. It's not warm. It's not a breakthrough. But she said yes. Kyle calls 10 minutes later. Mom just told me she's going to therapy. First time in my life I've heard her agree to anything like that. I sit on the kitchen floor with my back against the cabinet and let myself feel it. Not victory, not relief, just the specific lightness of a door cracking open after years of pushing. Session 1. My mother sits with her arms crossed and her ankles locked as far from the circle's center as the chair allows. Gerald sits beside her, angled slightly toward her, a hand on the armrest between them. Dr. Caldwell opens with a question I don't expect. I'd like each of you to share a moment when you felt excluded by anyone in any context. Kyle goes first, a story about being picked last in gym class. Jenna talks about a friend group in college that slowly stopped inviting her to dinner. Marcus describes being the only blue-collar guy at a neighborhood barbecue full of lawyers. Then Dr. Caldwell turns to my mother, Deanne. My mother unfolds her arms, refolds them. Then in a voice stripped of performance, she says something I've never heard before. When Thea married Marcus, I felt excluded from my own daughter's life. She didn't ask for my help with feuding. She didn't want the man I introduced her to. She didn't. She stops. She didn't need me. I stare at her. You never told me that because saying it makes me sound petty. Dr. Caldwell leans forward. Feelings aren't petty, Diane, but actions built on unexamined feelings can have large consequences. My mother looks at me, not the way she usually looks at me. Assessing, managing, measuring. She looks at me the way she hasn't since I was a child. Like she's actually seeing me. The session ends after an hour. No breakthroughs, no dramatic reconciliation, just 6 people sitting in a room telling hard truths in small doses. Gerald squeezes my hand at the door. I'm proud of you, kid. Quiet, almost a whisper, but enough. We schedule session 2. The door is open, not wide, but open. Here's something nobody warns you about when you shake a family's foundation. The golden child loses his pedestal, too. Kyle starts showing up in ways he never did before. He calls me every Tuesday. He FaceTimes Lily on Thursday evenings. He texts Marcus about a wiring project in his garage just to have a reason to talk. But my mother punishes him for it, not loudly. She's too skilled for that. She does it the way she does everything, through absence. She stops calling Kyle, stops texting about Paige's piano lessons. When he shows up for Sunday dinner, she speaks to Jenna, but answers Kyle in monosyllables. 2 weeks of this and Kyle calls me at 11:00 on a Tuesday night. His voice is hollow. Is this what it felt like? For 6 years, yes. She hasn't called me in 2 weeks, not once. I've called her 3 times and she answers like I'm a telemarketer. He exhales shakily. 2 weeks, Thea, and it's already breaking me. I let him sit in that, not out of cruelty, but because the truth has weight and he needs to feel it. I thought I understood, he says. When I saw the drawing, I thought I got it, but I didn't. Not really. Not until she did it to me. Now you know, now I know. He's quiet for a moment then, I'm sorry. I said it before, but I mean it differently now. I'm sorry for every Sunday I sat at that table and didn't notice the empty chair. I tell him what Marcus told me once a long time ago. The chair wasn't empty, Kyle, it was missing. There's a difference. He doesn't respond, but I hear him breathing and I know he's still there. For the first time, we sit in the same silence. A month after the mediation, I bring Lily to my parents' house. She holds my hand tight all the way up the front walk. Marcus is behind us close. She doesn't ask questions, but her grip tells me everything. Gerald opens the door. He kneels down, not easy for him at 64 with the knees he's always complaining about, and looks Lily right in the eyes. I have something to show you, sweetheart. Come on. He takes her hand and leads her upstairs. I follow. The study used to be Gerald's retreat. A leather recliner, fishing magazines, a mounted bass he caught in 1997. He's cleared a corner by the window. There's a small bookshelf with picture books and a box of crayons. A kid-sized chair he must have found at a second-hand store. A cup of sharpened colored pencils. And on the wall, a wooden name plate, hand-painted, not as polished as Paige's. The letters are slightly uneven, and you can see where the gold paint dripped. Lily's corner. Lily stands in the doorway. She looks at the name plate. She reaches up and touches the letters one at a time, tracing the L, the I, the L, the Y, then she turns tome. Her face holds an expression I haven't seen in months. Not happiness exactly, but recognition. The look of a child who finds her name in a place she never expected to see it. Grandpa made this for me. He did, baby. She sits in the chair, picks up a crayon, and starts drawing just like that. No ceremony. Gerald stands in the doorway watching. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't need to. His eyes are wet and his hands are shaking, and he has sawdust on his cuffs from building that bookshelf. Behind him in the hallway, my mother stands watching. She doesn't come in, but she's there. I wish I could tell you my mother transformed overnight, that the mediation cracked her open and she emerged as the grandmother Lily deserved all along. That's not what happened. Session 2. My mother participated. She answered Dr. Caldwell's questions. She nodded in the right places. But afterward, Dr. Caldwell pulled me aside. Your mother is in a phase I call compliance without internalization. She said she's following the rules because the consequences are clear, but she hasn't changed the belief underneath. The belief that the way things were was justified. Will she? Some people do, some people don't. That process can take years. Session 3. My mother described the years when Kyle and Jenna were first married, how she helped with the nursery, how she babysat Paige every weekend. She spoke about it with genuine warmth. Then she glanced at me and said, "I didn't have that with you, you didn't want my help." I said, "You never offered, Mom." She looked like I'd slapped her. I think for the first time she heard it. Session 4, the last required one, was quiet. No breakthroughs, no tears. My mother shook Dr. Caldwell's hand and said, "Thank you for your time. Here's what changed. Lily is invited to 3 out of 4 Sunday dinners now. Not 4, 3. My mother still gravitates toward Paige. She still calls Jenna first. But she called Lily on her birthday. Her voice was awkward and too loud. The way people sound when they're trying hard at something unfamiliar, but she called. Gerald visits Lily every Wednesday afternoon. Now he brings coloring books and sits with her while she draws. They don't talk much. They don't need to. Marcus puts his arm around me one evening and says, "You finally did it." I shake my head. We did it. We all did. Jenna asks me to coffee, just the two of us. It's the first time in 10 years. We meet at a place downtown. Exposed brick, mismatched mugs, a chalkboard menu. She's already there when I arrive, turning her cup in her hands. "I owe you an apology," she says before I sit down. A real one. I wait. "I told myself we were just closer to your parents, that it was natural that you didn't want to be part of things." She looks at her coffee. "Your mom told me you were the difficult one. Early on, before Kyle and I even got engaged, she said you always made things complicated, and I believed her. I never questioned it. You had Thurum," I say. "The seat at the table, the spot on the fridge. It's hard to question a system that's working in your favor." She nods. "My mom and your mom planned our wedding. I wore a dress your mom picked out. Kyle proposed at a dinner she organized. I thought that was love." She pauses. "Now I'm not sure what it was. I don't feel the silence." She needs to sit in it. I don't want Paige growing up thinking she's worth more than Lily because she sat in the right chair. Jenna says, "I don't want her thinking love is a competition she won." Then let's make sure there are enough chairs. We finish our coffee. We don't hug. We're not there yet, and that's okay. But something has shifted between us. The specific relief of two women who have stopped pretending. Jenna starts inviting Lily over to play with Paige on weekends, not through my mother directly. And the first time Lily comes home from Jenna's house, chattering about the fort she and Paige built, I call it progress. 3 months after the mediation, my phone rings during a Tuesday lunch break. "It's Mrs. Brennan. Mrs. Hallway, I don't want to alarm you. This is good news. Lily drew another family picture today. I thought you'd want to see it." I drive to the school. Mrs. Brennan meets me at the classroom door with the same kind smile, the same steady eyes, but this time she's not bracing herself to deliver difficult information. She's holding a piece of construction paper like a gift. I take it. The house is the same. 2 stories, blue roof, bay window. But inside there are 7 people, not 5. I find them one by one. 2 taller figures with gray hair, Gerald and Diane. A man and woman, Kyle and Jenna. A girl with yellow pigtails, Paige. A man in a blue shirt, Marcus. A woman with brown hair, me. And in the middle between the brown-haired woman and the gray-haired man holding both their hands, Lily. Inside the house smiling, I look more closely. There's a detail that catches me. My mother's figure is inside the house but slightly off to one side. Not centered, not at the edge either. Somewhere in between. Lily still feels it. The distance hasn't fully closed. My mother is inside the frame but not at the center of it. Present but separate. It's not a fairy tale. It's a 6-year-old's honest assessment. And honestly, it's accurate. I stand in that hallway in that elementary school that smells like hand sanitizer and tempera paint, and I cry. Not the held-together, dignified kind, the ugly kind. The kind where your shoulders shake and you can't breathe and a first-grade teacher hands you a tissue from the box she keeps on her desk. She's inside now. Mrs. Brennan says she is. Here's what I want to tell you if you're still listening. I spent 10 years believing I was the difficult one. 10 years accepting a label my mother gave me when I was 24 years old because I married a man she didn't choose and built a life she didn't design. I wore that label like a coat. I wrapped it around myself every Sunday. I didn't get off phone call. Every holiday I wasn't included. Every time I drove past my parents' house and saw Kyle's car in the driveway and kept going. I told myself I was demanding too much, that families aren't perfect, that if I just stayed quiet, stayed patient, stayed small, eventually they'd make room. They didn't. It took a drawing. A 6-year-old girl with a box of crayons doing a homework assignment, telling the truth the only way she knew how. 5 people inside, 1 girl in the rain. That drawing broke something in me that needed breaking. The belief that I didn't deserve to be inside the house. My family isn't perfect now. My mother still holds Jenna closer. She still lights up for Paige in a way she doesn't for Lily. Some patterns take a lifetime to unlearn, and some people never unlearn them, but Lily doesn't stand in the rain anymore. She has a corner with her name on it. She has a grandfather who brings her coloring books every Wednesday. She has a cousin who builds forts with her and an uncle who FaceTimes her every Thursday. She has a seat at the table. Setting boundaries didn't tear my family apart. It held the family up to the light and said, "Everyone belongs inside or we rebuild the house." Marcus told me one night, "You didn't tear the family apart, you held it up to the light." He was right. Here's where we are now. Sunday dinners happen every other week. Both families are invited in advance by name. My mother still cooks too much food, still fusses over the tablecloth, still posts photos on Facebook. The difference? Lily is in those photos now. Sometimes at the edge, sometimes blurry in the background, but they're visible. Counted. Gerald comes to our house every Wednesday. He and Lily sit at the kitchen table and color together. He's teaching her to draw trees, which he's terrible at, so they mostly end up laughing. Marcus makes him coffee. They talk about wiring and fishing and the weather, and it's the most normal thing in the world. Kyle and I talk every week. Real conversations, not the surface-level check-ins we did for years. Paige and Lily play together most weekends, building things, drawing things, inventing elaborate games with rules only they understand. They don't know about the mediation, the letter, the tears. They just know they're cousins, and that's enough. My mother and I are careful with each other. We talk more than we used to, but we feel our way around the bruised places. I don't think she'll ever fully understand what she did, but she tries in her way. She tries. I keep the first drawing in my nightstand drawer. I don't frame it and I don't throw it away. It's a reminder not of what my family did wrong, but of what my daughter did right. She told the truth with crayons at 6 years old. The second drawing, 7 people inside the house all together, hangs on our refrigerator at home, right next to a photo of our family at the county fair. Marcus with cotton candy in his beard, Lily on his shoulders, all 3 of us laughing. One day when she's older, I'll tell Lily about the first drawing. And I'll say, "You spoke the truth that this family was afraid to hear, and because of you, everything changed." But for now, she draws every day. Bright colors, big smiles, everyone inside, and not a single drop of rain. That's my story. And if you're still here, thank you for staying with me. If you've ever felt like the one standing outside the house, I want you to know something. You're not difficult. You're not asking for too much. You're asking for exactly what your child deserves. Now, I have a question for you. What would you have done? Would you have shown the drawing, or would you have put it away and kept the piece? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more stories like this, check the description. I've got a few that might hit even harder. See you in the next one.